Plenty to catch up on in MLS this week. In New York, Saturday was officially sanctioned as David Villa Day by the city mayor in light of passing the 400 career goals mark, while the Montreal Impact celebrated a club landmark. But we start with the New York Red Bulls' visit to Atlanta United.
Tata Martino's 5 stripes started the weekend comfortably top of the Eastern Conference.
Oh, brilliantly done. Barco with the emphatic finish.
But they faced Jesse Marsch's Red Bulls, who'd won 3 straight matches for the first time since July.
Round the keeper! It's 4!
2 coaches with high-energy styles went head-to-head at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Commentary comes from Dave Farah.
Usual helter-skelter start from Atlanta, and this is Almiron to cut inside. And that's an excellent save from Mera. Almiron is so good at finding those pockets of space. Almiron with the pass, and Martinez is onside. This is Martinez, and Mera again. Replacing Robles, and what a start he's having, Ryan Mera. Surely only a matter of time. Here's Almiron to let fly again, and now Barco is in! Flag stays down, Ezequiel Barco. Atlanta have the lead. This time there was nothing that Ryan Mera could do, and he's onside by some distance. Sharp finish. Forward towards Martinez. Parker slips over. Martinez is in for 2. Atlanta double their lead, or do they? Chris Penso having a look. Parker seemed to be sent flying. Contact there was minimal. What's the decision? He had a quick look, Penso. Oh, he's ruled it out. Back to 1-0 Atlanta. That is a big call. Headed away by Parkhurst. Looking for the touch on. Here's Wright Phillips, who goes over. Penalty. Robinson with the foul. Suddenly the game has turned. Here's Daniel Royer under pressure, up against Guzan. Beautifully done. Chips it down the middle, and the Red Bulls level. This has been some game to this point. There's Laurentowicz and Davis. Well, they both flew into that challenge. Laurentowicz got their second, that's for sure. Oh, red card! Red card for Jeff Laurentowicz, which seems reviewable. Sure, when he sees that again, he's going to change his mind. Yeah, calls Laurentowicz back. A yellow card. Now Murillo. Red Bulls looking threatening. Wright Phillips! Beautiful goal. Perfect cross and clever finish. They look a little bit edgy. It was won back by Lawrence. Wright Phillips available again. This is quite something. The Red Bulls with a 3rd goal. Need to keep their cool here, Atlanta. Here's Garza. Oh, nothing cool about that. Lunged into Davis. And a red card for Garza. And no complaints there. High and reckless and red. Pushing forward desperately. Lawrence has gone down awkwardly there. Play continuing for the time being as Atlanta try and pull one back. Lawrence is still down. And now he can be attended to. And he went down, just slipped seemingly. And that doesn't look good for Kemar Lawrence. Well, he's in good hands now, and we wish him well.
He's actually at the hospital, so I'm just going to go see him right now and make sure that he's okay. I think everything that happened out there on the field and everything about taking him to the hospital is purely precautionary. So I think everybody wants to make sure he's okay.
Back in a rain-soaked Big Apple, New York City FC was celebrating David Villa's recent achievement of reaching 400 career goals with their very own David Villa Day. And at home to the Colorado Rapids, it didn't take long for the club's talisman to add another to his ever-increasing tally. 1-0 midway through the first half. Early in the second, Villa was involved in the build-up to a first goal in almost 2 years for Ronald Matarrita. NYCFC continued to apply pressure to the Rapids' defence. Again, Villa played his part before Maxi Morales left goalkeeper Tim Howard rooted to the spot when dispatching his 5th league goal of the season. With 16 minutes to go, Colorado offered little resistance as Morales and Rodney Wallace set up Villa for his 404th career goal to inflict on the Rapids a 5th consecutive league defeat.
The Montreal Impact were celebrating the 25th anniversary of their first ever home game, and the LA Galaxy added a touch of Hollywood to proceedings at Stade Saputo. The sprinkling of stardust vanished 4 minutes before half-time, though, when Mike Petrasso and Zlatan Ibrahimovic tangled, and the Swede slapped the fullback, responding to contact with his foot. Ismail Elfat was encouraged to look at it again and had no option but to issue the 14th red card of Ibrahimovic's career. Montreal had to seize their chance against 10 men and came close twice in quick succession when Alejandro Silva was denied by David Bingham. And then the goalkeeper did even better to keep out the subsequent effort from Raheem Edwards. And as the Impact pushed urgently for the win, they left themselves exposed. Substitute Emmanuel Boateng did wonderfully well to win a header, and Ola Kamara raced away from Marco Donadel to score for the 4th consecutive game. Guard now under severe pressure as the boos rang round Stade Saputo.
Staying in Canada and a few hundred kilometres along Highway 401, Toronto FC played host to Orlando City, who they'd beaten in 6 of their previous 8 meetings. It took just over an hour for a hint of that trend continuing when Jade Chapman followed up substitute Tosaint Ricketts' shot to score his 2nd goal in a fortnight. 10 minutes later, Ricketts found the back of the Orlando net, only for the goal to be ruled out by the officials. Referee Alan Chapman acknowledging a spot by one of his assistants. Replay showed that Ricketts was offside when Michael Bradley's shot struck teammate Marky Delgado en route to Ricketts. Barely a minute after the goal was disallowed, Orlando responded by restoring parity. The persistence and ingenuity of Mohamed El Munir played a big part in Christian Higuita's 2nd goal of the season. Just when it looked like the MLS Cup holders might be losing more ground in their efforts to climb up the standings, Toronto-born Ryan Telfer struck a thunderous first MLS goal to win it with less than 4 minutes remaining.
The Chicago Fire had lost 2 of their last 3, and they faced a Houston Dynamo team fresh from their late equaliser at Vancouver last week. The Dynamo brought that momentum into this game, Romel Kyoto giving them a 4th-minute lead after a defence-splitting pass from Thomas Martinez. A cool finish which just about earned the celebration that followed. The fire was soon level. 10 minutes later, Brandon Vincent met Bastian Schweinsteiger's pass, and Nemanja Nikolic was on hand to bundle home his 6th goal of the season. Chicago were on top, and they made that advantage count. A stunning assist this time from Nikolic, and Diego Campos finishing the move. The Fire had scored 2 in 2 minutes and was suddenly in front thanks to a first MLS goal for Campos. It was turning into a thriller, and Houston were nearly level when Alejandro Fuenmayor met a corner, and a combination of Richard Sanchez and his crossbar kept the header out. 10 minutes into the second half, and the Dynamo finally had their chance to draw level. Mauro Manotas chased a long ball, Sanchez came out to deal with it, and the two collided. Not a difficult decision for the referee Silviu Petrescu, and a penalty kick for Houston. Albert Ellis converted his 5th goal of the campaign, and all of the momentum was back with the visitors. Ellis should have made it 3-2 with a quarter of the game remaining, jumping on a defensive error and bearing down on goal. He chose to shoot when he might have crossed, and the post stood in his way. Ellis would have his moment though. A Chicago push for a winner of their own. Boniek Garcia led a counter-attack, and Ellis kept his cool and made the right decision this time. A terrific game, and Houston's first away win of the season.
At a rain-swept Gillette Stadium, 2 informed teams, the New England Revolution and the Columbus Crew, met for the 2nd time in 4 weeks, following a draw in Ohio. The Revs made an early statement of intent. Teal Bunbury forcing a save from Zach Steffen after only 66 seconds. The New England defending was a little more desperate around half an hour in, when Andrew Farrell was on hand twice to clear from in front of his own goal. Initially from Lalas Abubakar's header, and then Jonathan Mensah's shot. With 5 minutes left, the stalemate in what was a very tight game was finally broken. Abubakar escaping his marker to earn Cruesi a 3rd straight win and a 4th game in a row without conceding a goal. The Portland Timbers had won all 3 home games since returning to their improved Providence Park.
Derby Day delights for Sebastian Blanco.
But LAFC play with no fear when they hit the road. They met in the Rose City. Chris Birchall and Dan Roebuck are your commentators.
Addy could be in here, the flag has stayed down. This is Fernando Addy! Strikes the crossbar, and then the follow-up is cleared away eventually by LAFC.
Oh, what a great opportunity there. They cut through them, didn't they, so easy. You felt like he had too much time, but he was really unfortunate there.
Vela fed through towards Blessing here, around the keeper. Can he finish? Side netting. First touch was excellent, the second millimetres off.
Could he have gone down? Did he get touched? I feel like he would have given that, but Blessing obviously thought he was going to score. It's a bad miss, that.
LAFC looking to finish the half on a high. That's a decent looking ball in. It might fall for Rossi here, and another opportunity, and it's Jakovic that thumped goalwards.
When the ball came in, I thought maybe there was a shout for a penalty from the keeper clattering Kay. He does clatter him. Wins the ball though.
Is there a shout for handball against Cascante?
I mean, where's he supposed to go though? It's literally a yard away from him.
It is Valeri. The skipper has lined this one up. 7 men in the wall. It's Diego Valeri! Fumbled by the keeper and rifled in. Portland Timbers have the advantage. It is Paredes. Right place, right time. LAFC are down by 1.
You knew it was going to come some way through Valeri. He got the free kick on target. He's fumbled it, and there he was, Paredes, for the opportunity to put it in the back of the net. 1-0.
Now it's with Vela. Rossi. Atuesta. Carlos Vela looks for the curler! That will do nicely! We are all level, courtesy of Carlos Vela. He doesn't score tap-ins.
What a finish there from Valle. It was a fabulous ball into him. He used the defender as a shield and he's just whipped that straight into the top corner. That is a fantastic finish.
In comes the corner towards the far post. Powell with the first touch and the second. Somehow LAFC clear their lines. Powell with a double opportunity.
A great ball in from Valeri. I think Powell volleys it. It's actually a very good stop from Harvey.
Here is Wynn, one of the LAFC subs. Flicked into the edge of the area. Benicio looking here for Rossi! Terrific stop. Got his angle spot on Atten Elliott as Rossi looked to punish the Timbers. Armenteros will race forward for the hosts. But Eddie wants it, the Swede will go himself! How about that? First goal in Timbers colours for Samuel Armenteros. A thunderous drive into the corner, beating Tyler Miller, and the Timbers are in front once again.
That's exactly what you want from your substitute, to come on and change the game. Lee Wynn nearly did it up the other end for LA, but on the break, what a finish there from Armenteros.
Full time here, Portland Timbers 2, LAFC 1.
And when we had the chance and having the ball, we created a lot of opportunities and we're dangerous offensively. So today the effort was incredible. So very proud of the guys.
The Vancouver Whitecaps have enjoyed their trips to Texas of late, winning 4-0 here last season and showing an aptitude in this campaign for fighting right until the end of games. They went behind here 5 minutes before half-time. A first MLS goal for FC Dallas's teenage fullback, Reggie Cannon. And most certainly one to remember, as Brian Rowe was left helpless. And 12 minutes from the end, the home team looked to have wrapped up a routine win. Mauro Diaz and Santiago Mosquera teeing up Maxi Urruti for his 4th goal in 5. Any sense of finality was put on hold 8 minutes from time, though. Substitute Anthony Blondell showing plenty of hustle and bustle and forcing in a cross, which Minor Figueroa diverted into his own net. That was the 7th goal that the Whitecaps have scored in the final 15 minutes this season. The question was whether they'd get a necessary 8th. As the game headed into its 8th minute of added-on time, we started to get an answer. The Dallas goalkeeper Jimmy Maurer struggled to deal with a long ball and ended his attempts by fouling Blondell. The substitute making 2 key contributions as Ted Uncle pointed to the spot and gave Kai Kamara the chance to draw Vancouver level. We were now in the 10th minute of stoppages and Kamara equalled the record for the latest ever MLS goal in regulation time. Never write off the Whitecaps. It finished 2-2.
Mikael Stara's San Jose Earthquakes suffered a similar fate against Vancouver in midweek when they were also held to a 2-2 draw. At home to DC United, they fell behind after only 15 minutes. Zoltan Stieber with his 2nd goal in 3 matches. If San Jose's defending for the first goal was questionable, their retention of the ball inside their own half was even more so. Darren Mattocks gratefully dispatching his 4th MLS goal of the season to make it 2-0 inside 20 minutes. The Quakes continued to engineer their own downfall as the first half progressed, with yet more calamitous defending. Yamil Assad strategically placing his shot to increase DC's lead to 3-0. With the game slipping away from them, San Jose were given a lift shortly before half-time. Danny Houston scoring at the 2nd time of asking to reduce the deficit to 2. And had they been able to make more of this chance late in the second half, they may have reduced it still further. As it was, though, DC United recorded only their 2nd away win in almost a year.
After losing 4 in 5, the Philadelphia Union won at Montreal last week, but now needed to bring that form back to Talon Energy Stadium against a Real Salt Lake team who'd lost their last 4 away. The rain dominated the skyline, the Union the pitch. Marcus Epps with the opening goal 21 minutes in, Fafa Pico with the assist. Nick Rimando was busy in the RSL goal, but there was nothing he could do when Božek Dočkal made it 11 minutes before half-time. The Czech DP making quite an impression in Philadelphia. Damir Krylak reduced the deficit 20 minutes into the second half from Sebastian Saucedo's pass, and there was brief hope for Mike Petke's team. But Philadelphia nerves and coach Jim Curtin's frustrations were soon calmed. Both Epps and Dočkal involved in a smooth team move as Ilsinho made it 3-1, 16 minutes from the end. There was still time for some icing on the cake as another slick Philadelphia move led to Keegan Rosenberry's sweet long-range finish. Philly have suddenly found their form.
Finally to a lively Minnesota for the visit of Western Conference leaders Sporting Kansas City. The Minnesota United fans were even more vocal when Christian Ramirez found the net after only 6 minutes. However, the eagle-eyed assistant referee spotted that Ramirez was marginally offside from Darwin Quintero's cross. 2 minutes after their lucky escape, Sporting KC struck themselves. Kyrie Shelton powerfully heading home Johnny Russell's corner for his first goal for the club. The lead lasted less than 12 minutes. This time Quintero was the target for Miguel Ibarra's cross, and after SKC goalkeeper Tim Melia fumbled his first effort, the Colombian converted the rebound to score his 3rd goal of the season. In 3 meetings with Sporting KC in 2017, Minnesota keeper Bobby Shuttleworth made no fewer than 17 saves. This one from Russell kept the score at 1-1. But he needed to rely on the frame of his goal late on to ensure the Loons would earn a draw. An unmarked Graham Zusi striking the foot of the Minnesota post. It ended just as it did in the last meeting between the clubs in the 2017 season.
That draw helped Sporting KC extend their lead over LAFC in the Western Conference, but they have played a game more. Despite not having a match, Seattle moved up a place on goal difference after Colorado's heavy defeat.
Atlanta still lead the East despite losing, but the gap has narrowed with the 3 teams now directly behind them all winning. DC's second victory of 2018 couldn't quite lift them off the foot of the table.
The finish, golazo!
It feels good to score the winner. We leave you with some of the players that helped earn all 3 points for their sides.
Armentero's taking it himself! What a bullet of a goal! He's gonna go celebrate with the Timbers Army!
This copyrighted telecast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.